Nvidia also announcing a 10-for-1 stock split and raising its dividend. Joining me now is Gil Luria, Managing Director at D.A. Davidson. So Gil, great to see you. So listen, Nvidia reports they offer another bullish sales forecast. Jensen Huang here, Gil, saying the next industrial revolution has begun, in his words. Give me your take on the print, Gil, your reaction.
No, it's a great result. Expectations were high because they keep setting them higher, and they still exceeded them, both for this quarter and their guidance for the next quarter. But it shouldn't be too surprising. Their customers told us they were going to spend more. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta told us they were going to spend more on GPUs. They told us they're buying any GPU Nvidia will sell them, and that should continue for the rest of the year. Those companies were very clear about the fact that they're in an arms race. They're in a land grab to have as much generative AI capacity right now as they can buy. And that bodes well, not just for this quarter next, but for the rest of the year for NVIDIA, because they have all that demand lined up.
And Gil, just looking ahead now, if you're an NVIDIA investor, you're excited. New GPU platform, Blackwell on the way. What is that going to mean for the company, for its business, financials?
Well, so the innovation at NVIDIA is accelerated. They're now introducing a new product set every year, and they have to because competition is now building products that are more and more comparable to what NVIDIA does. And importantly, those customers that I listed are all building their own chips. They're all saying that inferencing will increasingly be done on their chips, whether in a data center or on a device. And that's what you have to start thinking about for next year and the year after that, is that their customers at some point are going to have enough NVIDIA GPUs, A, because they'll have enough data center capacity, and B, because they're going to be putting their own chips in the data center. So those are the things to look out for as you get past this year. But a lot of this stuff is not going to happen this year. Those companies told us so.
And Gil, most of your colleagues on the street, Gil, 90% telling me I should buy NVIDIA. You don't. You say, you're neutral. You just mentioned some of the potential challenges ahead. Are those why you're on the sidelines, Gil, or is it an evaluation call here?
No, that's exactly why, because I have the street low number out of 50-something numbers for 2026. I actually think that the revenue growth for 2026 will be negative, where most of the estimates are for pretty substantial growth into next year and the year after that. To us, what I just said in terms of their own customers competing with them, their own customers reaching a point of saturation at some point, means that there's going to be a point next year where revenue starts declining sequentially. When that happens, the estimates are going to have to go down very substantially. Hard to recommend a stock when you expect that to happen as soon as next year.
So when you talk to clients, though, Gil, they ask you, okay, what are some upside risks to that call? What do you tell them?
That if applications start catching on at a faster rate, if we get more and more killer applications that depend on data center GPU capacity, then NVIDIA will be able to keep ramping for the next few years because those large customers will need more and more capacity. We haven't seen that yet. We have some great, interesting, promising applications out there, but none that have caught on, none that are commercially viable beyond testing, experimentation, and hope. Until we see some of those applications generating real substantial demand for Microsoft, Amazon, Google's customers, there's not a lot of reason to think that they'll have to continue to ramp up their data center spend into next year and the year after that.
And so, Gil, I am interested, if valuation isn't attractive here, if it's not supportive in your opinion, what is fair value, Gil, in your opinion?
Well, it's a tough situation, right? Because what I'm describing is next quarter is going to be great, the quarter after that's going to be great, and they're only trading at relatively comparable multiples to historical levels. So valuation, if you believe NVIDIA will continue to grow into next year and the year after that, valuation is not unreasonable. If you believe, as we do, the 2026 results will have sequential decline and the business will converge toward more of a run rate, then valuation actually could end up being very, very high right now.
Gil, I like it. You're sticking to your guns. Appreciate you coming on the show. Thanks so much.
Thank you.